Hello, everyone. We are live. Yay. So, we are doing self care through the Advent calendar using the Advent calendar that I used growing up and using the symbolism of it. Some of them are kind of weird, like the mushroom one. A sense that there are stockings and a gingerbread man. So, today we have the butterfly. And again, if you do not like the ornaments, my mother made them. Come at me, bro. So, the butterfly today. Um, to get this out of the way, I'm so sorry that I did not go live yesterday. It may be hit or miss the next few days because I have managed to injure my back. And so I did not go live yesterday because I was in urgent care being told that I have jacked my back royally. So I'm so sorry for missing yesterday. I will do it Christmas Day to have that go also, so that you will get all 24, just one day off, because I'm not doubling down right now. I am quite frankly barely upright. So here is the butterfly, given that and the grim determination on my face and the fact that my back is already sweating. Oh, that is a really good thing to talk about, is that self-care isn't always glamorous. Self-care is sometimes a hot mess. And for me, this is part of self-care. Like, oh, you should be laying down and resting. No, I was told that I have to sit up occasionally so that my back doesn't seize. But it's also, self-care doesn't always look like, the vast majority of the time, it looks like, let's do it. And it's so much better that way. I had a client today who said, it sucks to do the workouts and take the supplements and remember all this shit. But when I do, it makes her life better and easier. And so if you do the stuff that's like, oh, I don't really want to do that, you're able to do it better that way. So what we're talking about with the butterfly, of course, we're going to talk about transformation. So our families, our origins, our generational connections usually have a pretty solid opinion of us by the age of 5. And that usually doesn't change. And it's weird, like, you grow up and you age, you go through puberty, you become an adult, you figure out exactly who you are, and you're able to voice that and express it. And yet the people who are part of your origin story will still believe you are the 5-year-old, will still believe you are the caterpillar. And so going through this to go back to people who you spent your origin with can be very hard for your self-care. Remember that your authenticity is what matters, and not everyone's going to agree with you becoming a butterfly or your process of becoming a butterfly. Remember, they have to be encased in a chrysalis and turn into goo. So if they knew you during your goo phase, seeing you after is going to be hard. This can come in the form of being pigeonholed into something that you no longer are and no longer resonate with. This can also come in the form of people not accepting you. So if people have a viewpoint of you and you've changed, even if you've changed for the better, they can't accept you because they have this view in their head of who you are. And so during the holiday season, this happens a lot. And it's unfair. Like, let's just be clear. It's unfair. It's shitty 100% of the time to sit there and go, I'm not 5 anymore. I'm not a punk teenager anymore. You're not rebellious. You're not whatever. Or you may have become rebellious. You have maybe become a toxic asshole in the past few years. And that's fine. Like, you are meant to change. You are meant to transform. And you are not meant to, just because it's the holiday season and you're spending time with people who are part of your origin story, to take some giant step back in your progress to fit the image they have of you, to be able to make them more comfortable, even if it is a more toxic version of yourself that they are more comfortable with. Because people, I hate to break it to you, hate change. The vast majority of people hate change, myself included. That is something that I work on a lot. If you are one of my very, very close friends and you change your hair, I have opinions, so many opinions, and I have no right to the opinions. I still have them. I do not like change. But so you're going to be around people who may support your change. They may go, oh my gosh, I want you to have a better life, but it has to look the exact way that I think you should look. You have to be the butterfly I want you to be. No, you don't. Have sequins, rainbows, and a strap on. Who cares? Like, be be the little butterfly that you want to be. So during this holiday season, it's about honoring your transitions, the ways that you have changed. This is also with seeing how much you've changed. This is a great opportunity for introspection, not just because of the time of year. Winter is the time for introspection, but it's also a way to go back if you're spending time with people from your origin story, to go back and look and go, look how far I've come. That's so validating. Look at who I used to be and who I am now. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like a checks and balance. It's like, how far have I come throughout the entire year? And to be clear, if the only thing you did this year is you didn't kill cats and you didn't like hurt yourself, you're doing great. You're doing great. You didn't shit the bed. You rock. It's not having these lofty goals. It's watching your soul transform into exactly who you're meant to be, exactly when you're meant to be. So with this transformation topic, be very patient, because the part where, again, if you're the caterpillar and you're eating and consuming a lot of knowledge and trying on a few different things, you don't really know who you are, but that's part of the learning process. Once you're in your chrysalis and you've turned to goo, that's not a pretty part of the process. Let's be honest, we have all done that. The majority of the time, you either do it in your teen years during puberty, or else you'll do it during Saturn, your Saturn return, which is in your late 20s. Both times, so much fun to discover who you are. You are meant to be a hot mess. You are not meant to be perfect all the time. You are meant to be a dumpster fire of a human being, because then you learn and you change and you grow, and it's beautiful and it's fabulous, and it is so much better than remaining the same person you were when you were 5. So all of this is to say, and I'm going to have to sign off soon because I'm already starting to feel quite ill from my back. I have a pillow like underneath me right now, like propping me up to do this live. That is how much I love you guys. Now, let me be clear. I will not injure myself. I will not sacrifice my safety. One, because that's, ouch, I like myself, but also because that's a bad example for you and my clients and everyone. It's like, wow, you always say love yourself and advocate for yourself, but you just jacked your back more by doing this. No, I will never, ever do that. I respect myself too much, and I also respect all of you too much to do something like that. So during this holiday season and this season of transformation and being aware of the transformations that you are making in your own life, what do you want to see? When you look back to your origin story in the next few weeks, what do you want to be like, oh, this is how I grew? Because you can grow in an infinite number of ways. So how have you grown from last year? Be aware of that. Take note of it. So often we grow and change and we don't even acknowledge it because it's so subtle. A lot of my clients have a very hard time with sessions because they're like, oh, nothing's changed. It's like, so much has changed, but you don't see it. I see it. And yes, that was too much movement. I'm going to put my arms down now. So I get very excited about my clients. So it's really important to take stock of the progress that you're making as you're making it, but also carve out a time throughout the year. And this is a great time to have introspection and to reflect on how your year was and what it looks like and what it's going to be. This is all lovely. This is so amazing. And I think everyone's transformation is divine. I think everyone's transformation is exactly what it needs to be. And as far as, oh, you feel stagnant, because you can feel stagnant. You can have no progress for a few years. And that is incredibly hard. When that happens, you schedule a session. When that happens, you ask for help. When that happens, you do something. You take action to make something happen. And if you don't know the action, you ask for help, you ask for support, you ask for guidance. Remember that those are always options, and the link in the bio for my help specifically. And if you do not vibe with me, that is totally fine. I hope you still tune in and watch, because I'm usually much more flamboyant, but I've had to stop moving for the moment. Go forth, be the hero of your own story, and know that transformation is normal, growing pains are normal, and you do not need to take a giant step back just because it's the holiday season to make someone else comfortable. Bye.